Have you ever been told that the best thing you can do for your health after 60 is to just walk every day? That the best thing you can do for your health after 60 is to just walk every day? It is the most common piece of fitness advice given to older adults. It feels simple, safe, and effective. Doctors recommend it. Friends do it together. It has become a near universal truth for staying active and healthy in our later years. But what if I told you that this well-intentioned advice might not be enough? Even worse, what if, for some people, a walking-only fitness plan could be silently setting them up for future problems? This isn't about creating fear, but about looking at the full picture of what our bodies truly need to thrive. This question is incredibly important because it strikes at the heart of our long-term health and independence. We all want to live vibrant, active lives, free from the fear of falls or the loss of strength that can make everyday tasks difficult. We walk to maintain our mobility, to keep our hearts strong, and to enjoy our surroundings. The assumption is that this daily habit is a complete solution, a one-stop shop for aging gracefully. However, relying solely on walking might leave critical gaps in our physical conditioning, gaps that can lead to frailty, poor balance, a higher risk of injury down the road. Understanding this is the first step toward building true, lasting resilience. In this discussion, we are going to challenge this deeply ingrained belief. We will not be dismissing walking. It is undeniably beneficial. Instead, we will explore why it is often an incomplete strategy when pursued on its own. I will guide you through a clear, evidence-based structure to understand this topic fully. First, we will examine the myth, why walking became the gold standard for senior fitness. Then, we will look at the proof, what the science actually shows about the limitations of walking for building strength and stability. Finally, we will provide you with a clear, actionable plan to enhance your health and protect your independence for the long term. My goal is to give you clear, research-backed answers that you can trust. We are going to dive into the nerd angle of this topic, but in a way that is easy for everyone to understand. We will look at biomechanics, which is simply the science of how our bodies move. Understanding a little about biomechanics helps us see what walking does very well. It is not hard to see how walking became the default exercise prescription for anyone over 60. For decades, the message from health authorities and doctors has been consistent and clear: stay active to stay healthy. In the search for the perfect activity, walking emerged as the undisputed champion. It requires no special equipment, no expensive gym membership, and no complicated techniques to learn. It is the most accessible form of exercise imaginable. You can do it anywhere, anytime. This simplicity is its greatest strength, making it an easy recommendation for clinicians and an even easier habit for people to adopt, regardless of their fitness background or income level. The appeal of walking is also deeply rooted in its perceived safety. As we age, the fear of injury can become a significant barrier to exercise. High-impact activities like running or jumping can feel risky, and the thought of lifting heavy weights can be intimidating. Walking, in contrast, feels gentle and low-impact, a safe harbor in the often confusing world of fitness. It promises movement without the perceived danger of straining a muscle or damaging a joint. This narrative of safety has made it the go-to choice for millions, a comfortable and reassuring way to check the daily exercise box without stepping too far outside one's comfort zone. Furthermore, walking is inherently social. It provides a perfect opportunity to connect with friends, family, and neighbors. Section 3. The numbers don't lie. A nation on foot. The belief in walking as the ultimate senior fitness solution is not just a vague cultural idea, it is reflected in hard data. Surveys conducted by public health organizations consistently show that walking is, by a huge margin, the most popular physical activity among adults over 60. When researchers ask older adults how they stay active, the answer is overwhelmingly, "I walk." Other activities like cycling, swimming, or strength training lag far behind. This is not a minor preference. It is a dominant trend that demonstrates just how deeply the walking is enough message has been absorbed by the public. Section 4. The first cracks in the foundation. Questioning the myth. For all its benefits, the perfect image of walking as a complete fitness solution begins to crumble when we ask more specific questions. The central assumption is that walking is sufficient to maintain a strong and capable body for life. But what does strong really mean in the context of daily life after 60? It means having the power to get up from a low chair without using your hands. It means having the stability to carry a heavy laundry basket down a flight of stairs without losing your balance. And it means having the reserve strength to catch yourself and prevent a fall if you trip over a rug. Think about the movement itself. Walking is a forward-propelling motion that uses muscles in a very specific repetitive. Section 1. The principle of adaptation. Why your body gets bored with walking. To understand why walking alone isn't enough, we first need to grasp a fundamental concept in biomechanics: the principle of adaptation. Your body is an incredibly intelligent and efficient machine. Its primary goal is to handle the tasks you give it with the least amount of effort possible. When you start a new activity, like a daily walking routine, your body is initially challenged. Your heart rate increases. Your muscles work harder. You feel the effort. In response, your body adapts. It strengthens your heart. It improves oxygen delivery. Section 2. The sarcopenia slide. Walking versus muscle loss. One of the most significant challenges we face as we age is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength, a condition known as sarcopenia. This process can begin as early as our 40s and accelerates after 60. Sarcopenia is not just about looking less toned. It is a direct threat to our functional independence. It is the reason why opening a tight jar becomes difficult, why getting up from a low sofa requires a push from our hands, and why climbing a set of stairs can leave us breathless. The question is, can our daily walk stop this muscular decline? The research overwhelmingly suggests that on its own, it cannot. Studies that examine the effects of walking-only programs on muscle mass in older adults show disappointing results. Section 3. The bone density dilemma. When low impact isn't enough. Just as our muscles weaken without sufficient challenge, our bones can also lose their density, leading to osteoporosis. This makes the skeleton brittle and highly susceptible to fractures from a fall or a minor bump. For years, walking was promoted as a weight-bearing exercise that could help maintain bone health. The logic was that the impact of your feet hitting the ground sends a signal to your bones to stay strong. While this is true to some extent, and certainly better than swimming, Section 4. The balance equation. Why walking doesn't prevent falls. Falls are one of the most serious health threats facing older adults, often leading to devastating injuries, a loss of independence, a deep-seated fear of movement. A common belief is that since walking keeps you on your feet and moving, it must be good for your balance. However, the connection is not that simple, and relying on walking to fall-proof your body is a dangerous mistake. The research clearly shows that walking alone does very little to improve the specific systems responsible for maintaining balance and preventing a fall when you are caught off guard. Good balance is a complex skill. Perhaps the most overlooked element in the walking-only fitness equation is the concept of muscular power. We often use the words strength and power interchangeably, but in biomechanics they are different. Strength is the ability to exert force, like lifting a heavy box. Power is the ability to exert that force quickly. Think about the difference between slowly standing up from a chair and quickly pushing yourself up to avoid falling backward. That speed is power. As we age, we lose muscular power almost twice as fast as we lose muscular strength, and this loss is directly linked to a higher risk of falls and a decline in daily function. The solution is not to stop walking. The goal is to enhance it. We need to evolve our thinking from a walking-only mindset to a walk-plus plan. This means keeping your daily walk as the foundation of your routine. For your heart, for your mind, for your endurance. Think of it as adding essential nutrients to a healthy diet. The walk is your healthy base. Strength exercises are the vitamins and minerals. They address needs walking alone cannot meet. This combined approach unlocks a higher level of function and safety. Integrating this plus component does not need to be complicated or time-consuming. You do not need a gym membership or fancy equipment. The most effective routines can be done in your living room in just 15 to 20 minutes, using your own body weight as resistance. Perform short strength sessions on non-consecutive days to let muscles recover. For instance, schedule strength work on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. To get started with your Walk Plus plan, you don't need a long list of complicated movements. Let's call them the foundational 4. The first and most important is the sit to stand. Now that you have your foundational 4 exercises, let's put them into a simple, practical routine. Aim to perform your strength session 2 to 3 times per week on non-consecutive days. A good starting point is to do 8 to 12 repetitions of each exercise. Sit to stand, 8 to 12 controlled movements. Calf raise, 8 to 12 controlled movements. Step up, 8 to 12 controlled movements. Tandem, stance. Hold 15 to 30 seconds on each side. Complete one set of each exercise. That is your workout for the day. Consult your doctor or a physical therapist before starting, especially with pre-existing conditions, pain, or balance concerns. When exercising, always have support within arm's reach. Sturdy chair. We have traveled a long path together in this discussion, starting with a bold question about our most trusted form of exercise. We dismantled the myth that a daily walk is a complete fitness solution for those of us over 60. The key takeaway is not that walking is bad. On the contrary, walking is a wonderful and essential activity for your heart health, your mood, your endurance. The crucial point is that it is often not enough on its own. Relying solely on walking can leave you vulnerable to the very things you are trying to prevent: muscle loss, bone fragility, dangerous falls. The proof from biomechanics and clinical research is clear and consistent. Your body is a master of adaptation. It needs new and progressively harder challenges to grow stronger. A simple, repetitive walk on a flat surface does not provide the necessary stimulus to fight sarcopenia. It does not load the bones with enough force to maintain their density and resist fractures. Most importantly, it does not sufficiently challenge your balance systems to prevent a fall when you are caught off guard. Walking trains you for endurance, but daily life demands strength. The final message is one of empowerment. You now have the knowledge to take control of your physical future. You understand the why behind the need for more than just walking. You have the how with a simple, actionable plan. Keep your cherished daily walks. They are good for you. But add 2 short 15-minute strength sessions to your weekly routine. Start with the foundational 4 exercises. Focus on good form. Listen to your body. Begin at a level that feels safe and manageable for you. This is not a race. It is a lifelong practice of self-care. Monitor progress not by miles, but by how you feel in daily life. Notice if it becomes easier to get out of the car. Notice if you feel more stable reaching for a high shelf. Celebrate being able to carry all the grocery bags in one trip. Celebrate climbing a flight of stairs without pulling on the handrail. These are the real-world indicators your Walk Plus plan is working. These successes build momentum and motivate you to continue investing in your strength for years ahead. Small, consistent changes protect independence and reduce injury risk. A few extra minutes of sit-to-stands or balance practice is a direct deposit into your health future. It pays dividends as freedom. It pays dividends as confidence. It pays dividends as a higher quality of life. You're building a body that supports a vibrant, engaged life for a long, long time. This is the ultimate defense against frailty. Start today. Do not be intimidated. Just begin. Add 1 or 2 exercises after your walk this afternoon. The journey to a stronger you is built one small step and one controlled sit to stand at a time. Move beyond the myth. Be not just walking, but walking strong. Thank you for joining me. Be well and stay strong. Bright. Feel stronger? Tap like. Subscribe for weekly science-backed strength tips. Ring the bell so you never miss a workout. Join the Walk Plus crew. Confident. Move better. Stay independent.